The Emirates interview day typically includes the following stages: company presentation, group activity, group discussion, height and reach check, English tests, tattoo and language declaration, photo submission, and final interview with the recruiter. So, what do you need to do to get from here to here and receive that golden call the day after your interview? Step 1: meet Emirates visual expectations. First impressions matter, especially with Emirates. Before the interview, you usually receive an email with video instructions on how to present yourself on the assessment day. Following these guidelines ensures that if you're eliminated at any stage, you know it wasn't because of your appearance. Knowing this makes preparing for your next interview easier. Less guesswork about rejection, more confidence during your next attempt. So, what do you wear? Ladies wear a dark skirt suit, smart shoes with heels, full makeup, and a tidy hairstyle, ideally with a side part. This advice comes from a successful candidate who mentioned that recruiters requested all final female candidates to style their hair with a side part. Men dress in smart business attire with formal shoes, be clean shaven, and style your hair neatly. Step 2: have your plan B. Cabin crew are known for always having a backup plan if things go wrong. To ensure you're prepared for any surprises on your interview day, here's what you can do. Know your route to the venue. Make sure you know how to get there and plan to arrive at least 10 minutes early. Punctuality is essential and shows your value on time performance. Charge your phone and have a backup. Your phone will be needed to upload documents on the Emirates portal and complete the English test. Ensure it's fully charged and, if possible, bring a spare or power bank. Have your credentials ready. Make sure to write down your usernames, passwords, and email credentials. You'll need them to log in into your portal during the interview and to access the link for the English test sent to your email. You will be also required to enter the assessment day reference number, so having everything ready will save you from unnecessary stress. Prepare your documents. Have your latest resume, highest education certificate, and a color copy of your passport saved on your phone. If you have a recent full-length photo that meets Emirates standards, keep that handy too. Pack snacks and essentials. Interview days usually last from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in luxury hotels where food prices can be high and the lunch breaks are short. Bring snacks and even a Panadol in case of headache. Don't overlook this. Your physical well-being is critical to your success. Bring spare grooming items, spare cosmetics, hairspray, a brush, pins, and extra pair of stockings. If you make it to the final interview, the recruiter will take a full-length photo of you. This photo will be reviewed by HR in Dubai, so make sure you're looking your best. Step 3: know your story. Who are you? What past experiences make you the perfect fit for a cabin crew role? And who do you want to become? During the group activity, you'll need to introduce yourself in front of all the candidates. This might involve sharing your customer service experience or even talking about your dream destination. At the final stage, a one-on-one interview with the recruiter, you'll answer questions about your motivation, long-term plans, past experiences, and more. I've spoken to hundreds of candidates and gathered plenty of interview questions. I guess most of you are already familiar with them, but if not, don't worry. I've included some examples on the screen. You can also find the full list of questions on Space Hint. You don't need a credit card to access the free trial, so you can check them out without any payment. And if you're looking for detailed answers, the ability to practice your responses and personalized feedback, that's part of the paid plan. The link is in the description. Now, whether you craft your responses with my help or on your own, you don't need to memorize answers word for word. Focus on understanding and confidently presenting the key points of your story: who you are, the experiences that make you a great fit for the role, and who you want to become. By the way, I've already written an article on the Learning Hub of my platform called 7 Ways to Answer Why Do You Want to Be a Cabin Crew. Check it out if you're looking for inspiration, and I have so many ideas for helpful articles and videos I'd love to share with you. I know there is a lot of content and YouTubers out there, but if you like how I explain and organize things, please leave a like so I know you're here. And if you want to see more of my videos, subscribe to the channel. It really motivates me to keep posting more often. Step 4: think before you speak. This is, in my opinion, the hardest part. During the first group activity, you might face tasks like talking about your favorite destination, describing a picture and answering related questions, or discussing a profession and explaining what it has in common with the cabin crew role. You'll start by discussing the task with your team, but the discussion time will be limited. Then you'll present your answer in front of all the candidates, and when it's your turn to speak, this is where the nerves can kick in. Your voice might change, your hands could start to shake, and suddenly you forget everything you wanted to say. Those who manage to stay calm, speak confidently, and deliver their thoughts naturally are the ones who move to the next round. To prepare, practice thinking quickly and formulating complete answers in your head, but do not rush to deliver them. Take your time, make eye contact with the audience, take a deep breath, smile naturally, and then start speaking. The first group activity is where most candidates are eliminated. If you've ever passed this stage, even if you were rejected afterward, be proud of yourself. With time, practice, and effort, you can and will make it one day. It's all in your hands. For those who want to become cabin crew or have already been to an interview, share in the comments what's your biggest challenge in becoming a cabin crew member. And if you could magically change one thing about yourself before the interview, what would it be? I'll read all your comments, and in a week I'll pick one of you to give the $100 italki gift card, which you can use for private English classes on italki. As you can see, my English isn't perfect. I'm still working on it, so I thought this gift might be helpful for some of you before your next interview. The next important thing is listen to others. In the second group discussion, you'll be given around 10-15 minutes to work with a team on a task like deciding who gets the last glass of wine, which call bell to attend first, who deserves the Employee of the Month award, or if you were a concierge, who would you choose to surprise with voucher for champagne afternoon tea at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel. Tasks can vary, and honestly, there is no need to focus on the specifics. Many candidates try to find out the right answers from those who were successful, but the truth is, there are no right answers. It's a team task, and your team may not agree with the advice you and answers you were told. That's why I don't recommend stressing over specific tasks. On the Spacing platform, I've slightly adjusted tasks because the actual answer doesn't matter. What matters is how you contribute to the team and demonstrate your teamwork skills. If you want to learn more about the 5 skills you can't skip and absolutely need to demonstrate during the interview, I've explained them in this video. But briefly, here are the 3 main ingredients that might help you get selected from the group discussion to the final interview. Fluent English, not perfect, just enough. Frankly speaking, you don't need perfect English. I've seen people with basic English get selected, and I was one of them. But the better your vocabulary and confidence, the better impression you'll make. Ability to listen. Sometimes we're so focused on what we want to say that we don't actually listen to others. Instead, we're busy constructing phrases in our head, and trust me, it's visible. Listen actively, make eye contact with the person speaking, and show genuine interest. And lastly, speak when it feels right for you. There are a lot of advices online about when to speak during group discussion. Some say you must speak when the recruiter is looking, others say they barely spoke but still got selected. Then there are stories of people being mean and still getting through. Honestly, I don't know the absolute truth, but here's my take. Recruiters are humans, and they are looking for humans who can work well with other humans, both colleagues and passengers. Airlines need cabin crew with diverse personalities to handle different passengers types. Here's why Emirates hires so often. As crew resign, new crew are needed. Depending on the personalities of those who left, recruiters look for replacements with similar traits. This might explain why different recruiters may have different preferences or objectives on any given interview day. With this in mind, here's how I approach group activities. Speak when it feels natural. I failed group discussions only once when I ignored the cool enough period after rejection, reapplied too soon, and wasn't honest in my application. I was stressed and couldn't be myself, but in six other interviews where I made it to the final stage and received four job offers, I just stayed true to who I am. I trust recruiters, I trust the process, I do the work before the interview. If one day they don't choose me for being myself, I respect their decision. I tell myself maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day they will need exactly someone like me. Be yourself. If you are a natural leader, why hold back? If you are an introvert who prefers to contribute thoughtful ideas at the end, why force yourself to speak in the spotlight when you don't feel like or you have nothing to say? Choose to be yourself. That's just my perspective, and it has worked for me. I hope it helps you too. And the last thing to keep in mind on your Emirates interview day is your body language. I didn't include this as a step because realistically, there is no quick fix I can give you. You've been behaving the way you do for 20 to 25 years, it's part of who you are. And the idea that you'll suddenly develop the polished manners of Queen Elizabeth overnight is unrealistic. But here's the good news. You don't need to. You can get hired as you are. Emirates isn't looking for perfect poses. The main purpose of evaluating body language is to see if you are genuine. Recruiters want to know, are you genuinely the right fit for the cabin crew role? Is this truly your dream job? Can you handle living abroad independently? Are you capable of managing the challenges of intensive training? These and many more others are the hidden questions they're trying to answer, not by asking directly, but by observing your behavior. Instead of worrying about crossing your legs or maintaining a perfect posture, focus on being authentic. Your ideal body language will naturally align with your preparation, confidence, and genuine motivation for the cabin crew role. And if you want to improve it, start by focusing on your mindset, experiences, and knowledge, and work on your physical movements along the way. Don't do it just for the interview, do it for yourself. Building confidence and elegance will benefit you not only on the cabin crew role, but in any job and every aspect of life. Many people dream of becoming cabin crew just for the benefits, the fun, or the chance to see the world. They often take the interview process lightly. If they get the job, great. If not, that's okay too. And honestly, there is no harm in that mindset. But when I talk to those who genuinely admire aviation, when I meet new joiners who feel frustrated by colleagues who don't prioritize the passengers' needs, or when I see stories from my followers sharing heartfelt feedback from cabin seniors and colleagues about their hard work, I feel inspired. I feel like those who find true passion in what they do need support in passing their cabin crew interviews. We're all different, and sometimes someone with a genuine passion for aviation might not have the same qualities as those who just want to fly for fun. But I want to do my part to help them have a fair chance to compete for their dream job. If I can make a difference and help them succeed, that's exactly what I'll do.